Hello and welcome to this Sunday's Clarity Call, everyone. Happy Easter to you. Today's Easter Sunday. Today we had a fantastic day, having a bit of an open day where I got to catch up with many of you on one-to-one VIP calls. So it was fantastic catching up with you. And today is just a short call to follow up and to lead into where we'll be going in the next quarter, because we're 3 months into the year and this is now April, so we're starting the second quarter of the year. And there was a recurring theme with many of you on the call yesterday, which was as we've been working 3 months together, we're halfway through the vision creation experience, and some of you are on the 30-day mental cleanse challenge. Some of you are working just with our weekly calls, but generally people are about halfway through. It's halfway since I started these various mentoring programs, and so it was a really good chance to catch up, but also to find out what the challenge is. And the challenge was recurring, which is that when you're on a quest for growth, when you really wanted to grow in your business or in any area of your life, there's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be a challenge, because as we first looked at in our very first module, we looked at things in terms of balance. There's always going to be two sides of every particular situation or experience. There's always going to be a balancing equation or a balancing experience. So in times of high, there are always going to be things that aren't working as well. And in difficult times where there are areas of difficulty or challenge, there are always going to be moments of highs. And that was definitely something that all of you had said, is that, it's going well in that you're able to understand more about your business now. You can see more clearly now the vision, the bigger picture for where your business is going, but also that you were having more challenges in other areas. And I just wanted to let you all know that you're not alone. Everybody is going through that exact same thing. I think the key thing, though, is that when you're going through those things, to keep your eye on that bigger picture. And that is exactly why we make the foundation a foundation. And the foundation module is having that statement of purpose that keeps you going, understanding what it is that you're actually here to offer, that unique skill or that unique life experience that you have that you want to share and create as a business, and also who you are here to serve, that there are other people going through exactly what you went through, that at that eureka moment, at that time when you decided that this was something that you were going to overcome. Maybe you didn't know it at the time, but it's something that you are going to overcome, and you're going to help other people overcome the same challenges, whether that be whatever it was, personal experiences. I know I've said to you before that for myself, it was that moment of being made redundant and knowing that I was running out of money and that I had no idea how to make money. I'd known about money for 10 years because I'd been working as an accountant, but actually knowing business or knowing your particular skill or area of experience and knowing how to run a business or be in business, completely two different matters. And that realization was, once I got away from that challenge and I understood everything that I now understand, was my driving force in helping other people get through that challenge. And so it's very clear to me that that's part of the experience I'm here to share, and that anyone that is facing that same thing, a challenge in terms of knowing what they do really well but not knowing how to have that be a business, is what drives me. And especially on days like we had yesterday, where you tell me all the fantastic things that have happened for you and the fantastic realizations that have made you committed to your business. So we're now we've just finished looking at customers, and I know that not everybody has been able to finish that module like completely, but some people have. So that's been really good. But hopefully for those of you that have, or you know, you're about to, it gives you a deeper understanding of where that person is in life, and the task that I gave you at the end of that module, which was like 3 videos. So first we looked at who the ideal customer was in a video, breaking that down as the demographic and the geographic, the sociographic, the psychographic, how they're thinking. And then the second webinar was more so about how to actually connect with those people. So we looked at different ways you can connect online and offline, the type of conversations that you can have, and the task that you had at the end of it is to just reach out, just to put this into practice and see how you feel comfortable relaying those points in the conversation that I gave you in the training. So trying to reach out to at least maybe 3 people a day. So try to reach out to 3 people a day online in the places where your ideal customer is online. Just sending a message. And you don't have to complete the conversation on the same day. It takes time. And so I gave you, in I think the 3rd video, it was the same webinar, but the webinar was split into 2 because the system crashed. So in the last part of that webinar, I said to you that at least keep a record of where you are in the conversation. Have that separate to online, so you know exactly who you're speaking with and where you are. So when you do have some time to go back and check, you know exactly who you want to follow up with and what you want to say next. That has you be in control of the conversation. And in a sales situation, in a prospecting situation or conversation, and definitely in a sales conversation, I want you to remember this. In a sales conversation, the person with the most energy wins the sale. And we are always selling. In every conversation, there's always an exchange of energy. Someone is trying to sell their version of a story to you. And the end of that, the purpose of the conversation, every conversation, is that you be in agreement with that story. So whether it be a parent to a child, whether it be a work colleague talking about a way things should be done, a boss talking to you, you talking to your partner, you talking to your friends, there's always a story that's happening. You telling things from your own perspective and experience to someone else in the hope that they'll agree with you and not be in disagreement with you. And the person with the most energy, clarity, and conviction is the person that gets their message across. And this is why it's so easy to for people that have an abusive or controlling nature to take advantage of other people with less of that nature, because the person in each conversation with the most energy wins. Okay, so when you're actually having a conversation that is, you know, at the end of it, your purpose is that you want to convert that to a sale, you need to know what you're going to be saying, or how you want to lead that conversation. That keeps your energy up. And you know, we're not doing this in a manipulative way, but I need you to understand that the energy in that conversation is very, very important. So the energy right from the way that you introduce yourself and the way you lead the conversation, and not allowing someone to lead you off track or to belittle your dreams or to steer you away from focus. That's really important. It's all a matter of controlling energy. Remember, the basis of this is the energy exchange. You know, what you're giving for what you want to receive for what you will give, and the conversation is exactly the same. Where you want to lead that person and what you'll give them at the end. So you focus in the first part of the conversation in finding out about that person. Your focus completely is about leading the conversation so that you can find out what you need to find out to qualify if they are your ideal customer. So you're going to be looking in the right places for that person, and then finding out, is it the type of person that I actually am here to serve, to do this business with? And it doesn't need to be a long conversation when you know what you're going to say. It's not something that's supposed to take you like half an hour, each person or anything. It's just a couple of minutes, but it's strategic. There's always a system at place. People that build empires, they are not built on the backs of people. They're built on the expansion of a system. Okay, knowing how to do something and then doing it and having it so refined that you can do it over and over and over again, and that somebody else could come in, take over that system and do it just as well as you, because of the way that you've broken it down into steps. Right, so your sales conversation and your prospecting, connecting conversation follows that same pattern, and that will allow you to connect with 3 people a day. Even if you're just sending out the intros one day, just like, hi, you know, well, I'm not going to go here on what I told you to say because it's in the training and I don't want to repeat myself on the clarity call. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, you're going to do the intro at least to 3 people. When you get the time, you're going to follow up and qualify them. You're going to invite them to either your site or let them know that, you know, there's something that you're about to launch, that is being launched, that will be suitable for them, and you're going to follow them up and keep building that connection. So that's really your structure, but we talked more about the conversation there. The reason being is that this month we're working on the packaging, and so that will also be in 2 parts. Now, not all of these courses are in 2 parts, but it's just that I'm aware that some things need to be broken down because they need to be explained in a certain way. I can explain them on a surface level, but it doesn't mean that everybody is going to get the results that at the level that they could have if I took longer to explain it. And so for the thing about connecting with customers, that's key, because your ability to connect, your ability to control a conversation is ultimately what leads to your success. And so it is something you need to practice. You practice that daily habit of focusing on what you want. You also need to practice that daily habit of being able to control a conversation till it's second nature to you, like it's second nature to me. That's because I've had many years of practice, and I'm condensing everything I'm teaching you into a shorter time frame. And so every day just reaching out is something that's going to be really important for you to master that skill, master the art of the artistry of having a sales conversation or having a connecting conversation. Okay, when you do that, people get to know you because you're talking to them. They get to like you because you're listening to them, and they get to trust you because you are a stand. You already have an energy and a stand, and you're controlling it, so they trust that you know your field and that you are the person to offer them a solution when a problem comes up. All right, so this is the purpose of these types of conversation. When we then go into the packaging, which as I said is in 2 parts, that also needs to be in 2 parts, because in one part we're looking at all those problems that have come up for your ideal customer that you got while having these conversations, and the types of solution you would offer them if you were your past self, in which, you know, someone comes to you with a problem, you know how to help them, and you immediately just blurt out everything that they need to do, and then you get upset later on that you're not getting any money because you're giving your value away. That's past you. Now we retain that information and we let them know that we've got something coming up that's actually going to help them with that, and that they're going to be the first to know about it, and we'll be working on that problem solution type of formula really on the next training. So I'm going to show you how that problem breaks down to solution, and how you can choose how you want to make that into an actual product, and there'll be various ways, because the thing is, you want to work in the way that is most comfortable to you. So for instance, if you were writing a book, or for me really, if I was writing a book, it's an absolute nightmare. I find it so difficult to write all my ideas in book form. I find it much easier to speak, whereas some people find it much easier to write and communicate in writing and less easy to speak. Some people like to be on a video and in front of people. Some hate that, you know, and want to be behind a screen not showing themselves. So I'm going to show a variety of options that can become your idea of how to help them put into a format that is a saleable product. And then on the second part of the training, we're going to look at how do you actually package that? How can that look like a book cover or a CD cover or a video cover? You know, when you go online and you see all these marketers and they've got all these products, even though it's digitally held, digitally delivered, like online delivered, they still have like a book cover, like it's a physical thing. So I'm going to show you the software that I use and how I use that to create like covers and things like that, and ways that you can actually host that thing online, so that you could actually direct someone there. They could click on it, they could pay for it, you get the money, they get their thing. So I'm going to show you that the packaging, your brilliance, packaging your brilliant ideas this month. And after that, some of you are already there, some of you have already put together your packages, some of you are at the state where you just want to brand and design those. We'll talk about colours and branding and stuff like that. I love colour therapy. I studied colour therapy and interior design and stuff. So I'll pass that on to you so you can maybe think about colours if you don't have logo, and the way that people feel with your colouring. And how to quickly just put together some package images so that you feel, you know, you feel confident when you say to someone that that they need to go and get this product to get a solution to their problem. You feel confident and proud and happy that you're sending them there, not embarrassed that you're sending them there, or unconfident, because we still need to keep up your energy and make you feel good about the service that you're delivering. The thing about services, products and services, is that services are harder to price, and so we'll also cover the way that you can price them in the second thing. So in the first one, we're going to talk about how you actually turn the idea into a product, the solution into a product, and the second one we'll talk about the packaging and the pricing and everything like that, and various sites and ways that you can actually upload it. Some of you have websites, some of you do not. Couple of you, I'm the one working on your website, and we'll use all of this information too, because obviously I also offer the creative services, video creation and website creation and different social media apps and all that sort of thing. These are my little hobby that I do, and they're also services that I do through Starbound Solutions. So some of you may need those things, some of you kind of techie and can do it yourself. So we'll see how you want to go about those things, but most importantly, you'll get them done. Once they're done, we're going to talk about the message. I want you to be really confident in a sales situation, so that you know a sales, when someone does come to you for your expertise, you know how you have some sort of a funnel or a way of leading them through to getting what they need and an offering. You know what to say about it, whether you're online or offline. So not just prospecting, but actually going from a prospect to a customer. So that message is important. It's about the way that you appear, the way that you are when you attend an event, the way that you are when you're online in terms of all your social media profiles and all that sort of thing, how to set them up, what people are looking for, the type of content on your website, and the message itself. And so we call that mastering the message. All right. So yeah, we've got some cool stuff coming up soon. And I sent a message before I sent I sent a message before tonight's call, because in the UK there has been daylight saving, which means the clocks change. We go 1 hour forward in our timing, and unfortunately this is a new software for me, Webinars on Air. I've only been using it since December, and the clocks change every March and October. So I didn't know that to do when I have a webinar series like this where you register once and it runs all the way through the year, I can't change the time. So I know that your reminders are going out late, 1 hour late, but the timing is still 8 o'clock. So thanks to those of you that come on at 8 o'clock, and a real sincere apologies to those of you that are getting the messages an hour late. That's actually going to happen all the way through the year till October. But hopefully won't happen all the way through to October, because I sent a message to support about that, and I noticed on the support site that quite a few people in the UK had sent the same message in the last couple of days. So I think that they will be working on it, and hopefully we'll be able to edit this so you're not getting reminders at the wrong time. Because of that, please update your own diary. Please set a reminder for yourself that on Sunday at 8, if you want your questions answered, I'll be online. Thankfully for many of you that had questions, you booked your sessions yesterday and we got those answered, so I don't need to do that on the call tonight. I just wanted to really, just recover for you that it's a new beginning, it's Easter. You have done extremely well. My God, I'm so proud of every single one of you. I really, really am, because obviously I'm turning mentoring sessions into a mentoring online course, and it's interactive, and people are moving at different paces, and there's all sorts of things going on. And with this transition, you're actually helping me to make the program better. Because the program will be different as time progresses. It will just be recorded online videos rather than all this interaction. So your feedback is helping me make things better, and also getting to know you all and your businesses and seeing the way that they're growing is just fantastic. So if we've not checked in for a call, if we didn't do that at the halfway point yesterday, the next time I'll do that is in 3 months at the end of everything. Like in terms of one-to-ones, I would like to do that, I should say, in 3 months again, because we had them last in December. And for those of you that are VIP level with me, you do that every week anyway. You have that 30-minute VIP session. And everybody else, you can still go to my contact page and you can send a question that way, and I'll cover it on Sunday. Okay, so as I said, this is a very short call. I would like to keep all of the Sunday calls quite short so that you do get the chance to listen to them. And I had someone yesterday telling me they have actually a space, like a Sophia space, which I love, just to listen to the calls and take notes and things like that. And I think that's a really, really good idea, to have up your, your visions and your auto suggestions and your notes, and just sit there and be in that space to create your vision. So if you do have a space in your home or a space just anywhere to be able to do that, that's a really good idea, and to set aside the time. So on my part, what I'll try and do is just keep the calls short enough to enable you to keep up and to do everything. All right. Again, happy Easter. I'm going to upload this straight away in the call and send you guys an email to let you know it's there. So I'm going to go off and have my Easter Sunday dinner now, which I've not had yet. And I hope that you've all enjoyed your Easter Sunday too. I will speak to you again soon. Oh yeah, there's a really quick thing. I have the webinar on wealth creation running every Monday night at 8. It's for new prospects. It's a new webinar that I've put together for new prospects, new entrepreneurs. So you're very welcome to join if you'd like to, but it's not essential to join for you. Okay, so someone did ask me that, and I just wanted to add that. All right, have a fantastic Sunday, the rest of it, and I will speak to you again next Sunday on the Clarity Call. Thank you, and bye for now.